Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinston, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi everyone, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to that lemon light city, sweet home Chicago. 2 is 4, 4 4 6. Come on, baby, now get your business fixed. Come on, honey, don't you wanna go back to the lemon light?
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org. Community policing, we're real big on that, caps24.org. Sonny, in his spare time, is chairman of the District Advisory Committee of the 24th District. We always emphasize judicial candidates at this time of year. And the 9th District is always, which is where we're located, is, which basically is Rogers Park, West Rogers Park, a whole bunch of northern suburbs nearby. It encompasses more than that. And we'll be covering that extensively throughout the period of time. And the guests you see now early in the cycle will be asked to come back later on in the election cycle because people don't pay enough attention to judicial races. Judges can affect your life in so many more ways than the other politicians. I mean, sometimes, you're talking about your freedom, your house, your marriage, even your life. So in any event, it's a pleasure to have somebody who comes highly recommended, who is recently been appointed to the judgeship in the last few days, and a former law partner of Judge James Epstein, who is one of my all-time favorite judges. And that is now, Your Honor, Judge Jerry Esrig. How you doing?
Well, thank you, Avi. It's a pleasure to be here.
First of all, my pleasure. And this is like, literally, you're now a judge for less than a week.
Actually, I'm not a judge yet. I'll be sworn in on October 30th.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, looking forward
Well,
to
mazel tov,
Thank
as they
you.
say in French.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I grew up in Chicago. I graduated from Northwestern in 1974 and from the University of Chicago Law School in 1978. And for the past 35 years or so, I've been a trial lawyer in Chicago, doing both injury and commercial litigation. So I've represented a lot of people who've had catastrophic injuries in things like commercial airline crashes, boiler explosions, train derailments, things like that. But I've also done a lot of commercial litigation, employment disputes, partnership disputes, shareholder disputes, represented physicians who've had staff privilege problems. So I've had a very broad experience in trial work for those years. Back when I was in college, I spent a number of years working on Ab Mikva's campaign staff and also as a congressional aide to him between college and law school. So I had some experience in that area also.
By the way, we're approximately the same age, not quite. But I will tell you that I grew up in South Shore.
Okay.
And I actually worked for Mikva before you did.
All right, before we moved up here.
Yeah, in 1968, and I couldn't even come close to voting then. I was into politics early. And he took over Gordon's Pet Store, which one of our guests in the background from South Shore would know, it's 79th and Colfax, was his campaign headquarters. That's where we used to buy our fireworks. And he ran against Barrett O'Hara, who was a longtime incumbent congressman on the South Side.
Sure. Well, I lived a little farther south than you did, but I grew up on the South Side also.
Oh, where at?
9000 South on Clyde, which was just a couple blocks east of Jeffrey.
My parents' business was at 8848 South Commercial.
Okay.
And my initial address was 9028 South Exchange, not that I was old enough to remember at the time.
Yeah, sure. Same.
But yeah, I know the area very well.
Yeah. It was a great area, yeah. Great place to grow up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so I went to high school at the lab schools.
Oh, cool.
And then my folks moved up to Skokie in '69, but I finished up high school down there.
Yeah, 68 West Rogers Park, but
Yeah.
same period,
Yeah.
same reasons probably.
Yeah.
The neighborhood got very interesting. I didn't really want to get face-to-face with gang members. But anyway, let's talk about the law. There was a whole, I was reading the press release, and You were appointed by Judge Justice Mary Jane Tice of the Supreme Court.
Well, recommended by Justice Tyson. Really, the Supreme Court makes the appointment, but yes, she is the one who recommended me.
Oh, so that's how it works. Basically, there's because I know different judges make the initial recommendation,
Yes.
and then the Supreme Court votes on it as a whole.
Right. Yes.
Okay, and yeah, talked about your bar. How are your bar ratings, by the way?
Good. I was rated as highly qualified by the Chicago Bar Association.
Cool.
And well qualified by the Chicago Council of Lawyers, and either recommended or qualified by all the other bar associations.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. No, that's definitely good marks, no question about it. I like people with good marks. It definitely helps.
Very honored by those ratings. Yes.
No, for sure. So, which vacancy were you appointed to?
I was appointed to the Goldberg vacancy.
And is that the vacancy you're going to be running for?
Yes, it is. Right.
Okay. And right now there's 3 different vacancies total. Although, you know, I guess we'll sort it out more after December when everybody files and everything's in there. So you're not allowed to really campaign. How do you go about getting your name out?
I think the way to get your name out is really through word of mouth and by talking to people. Of course, most recently I've been gathering signatures on petitions, so I've been out at train stations and other gatherings of folks and shaking hands and meeting people that way. And I've got connections in the 9th Sub-Circuit. I mean, I've lived here for 40 out of the last 44 years, so there are people who know me, and I think people who will talk to people they know, and you know, that's really the way a judicial campaign runs, I think.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the signatures are good too, because that way you have to meet, even though it says 1,000 signatures, I don't know what you're shooting for, but it's got to be at least 2 or 2,500.
Yeah, we'll probably try to get 3,000 just to be sure.
Yeah, it's probably really safe, because some of these lawyers are really good about finding cracks in the woodwork.
Right, and as you say, it's a way to get out there and meet people anyway, so it's a good thing to be doing.
No, for sure. Now this is now you did work in political campaigns, so this isn't the first time you've had to do that kind of thing.
It's a long time ago, but I did, and of course I helped Justice Epstein in his campaigns. But yeah, I worked very intensely in the McPhee campaigns back in the 70s. A different era, but the principles were the same.
Yeah, no, I really liked the guy a ton, as a matter of fact. I did run into him once in a while over the course of the years. So, and I did notice he still was he. I saw his picture somewhere. Was that with you? Or?
Yes, it was. He and Jan Schakowsky were the co-chairman of my kickoff event and of my campaign, and so Ab was there with his wife Zoe, and there was a picture of us together. And yes, I've stayed in touch with him, and it was great to have him there.
Yeah, and of course he himself was a very distinguished federal judge himself.
Yes, really the model of what a public servant should be. Someone with exceptional integrity, but also very pragmatic, and someone who could you know, get things done.
No question about it. Boy, he used to get elected one year and then got knocked off the next year and then get reelected again because things would switch back Democrat, Republican, but...
Very close elections, yeah.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm glad he got appointed to the bench because he's somebody you want, I mean, he's older now, but he's somebody you very much wanted to see in public life.
Right.
So do you have a campaign manager?
I do. Tom Menard is more of a consultant, but Tom Menard's been a consultant.
I know
for
who he
me.
is.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely pro.
Yeah, he's done some other campaigns up in the 9th Sub-Circuit, and he's been helping me out, which I'm very grateful for his help.
Yeah, and your press release is not from me, it was from somebody else.
The press release that the Supreme Court issued, or?
No.
Yes, I've got someone who's helping me with, Maria Ballantyne is helping a little bit with press.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you're out at different places just about every night, I take it?
Every night, weekends, yes. Doing a lot of that.
And you're still doing your regular work during the day, I would hope.
My regular work during the day, right? And now I'll have to transition from my practice to, you know, because once you get sworn in, there's no more practicing law. So that all has to be wrapped up before October 30th.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And that's, of course, you know, that's a big step.
Yeah, very big step, right.
So now listen, good luck with that, that's
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thanks.
So yeah, you really got to wrap up all your cases and stuff.
It'll be a big change, but one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. No, it's a whole different deal. So did they give you any clue where you're going to initially be headed, or?
They haven't, but I think most people start in traffic court, and
Right.
I'm sure that's where I'll start.
Yeah, well, you know, it's been explained to me that that's a really good place because you get to see all kinds of different people in different venues, you know, in a very short period of time.
And well, as you say, that's a place where people come into contact with the court system. And it may be their only contact with the court system, and I think it's important that the courtrooms and traffic court be handled in a way that people walk out of there feeling that the justice system is working.
Yeah. Other than actually having been a reporter in courts, and not a court reporter, but I mean a real reporter. And one time being on a jury, that is the only contact I've had with the criminal justice system.
I don't think that's unusual. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, and thank you for never convicting me of a ticket, guys. I really appreciate that. And I was guilty almost all the time. So anyway, if people would like to contact your campaign?
Sure. Well, we have a website, jerryestrigforjudge.org, and that's there'll be an email link there, and also you can learn more about me and my background and my qualifications.
Listen, I want to thank you very much. I would like to invite you back before the end of the campaign. You're more than welcome back on the show. Judge Jerry Esrig, although he might not officially be a judge when this comes on air, and who's running for the Goldberg vacancy in the 9th Judicial Sub-Circuit. Good luck in the campaign.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.